Welcome to Study Loop.
Hello. In this video, we're going to talk about different kinds of ecosystem pyramids. An ecosystem pyramid is when you use some pyramid shape in order to describe the different trophic levels of a food chain. So each of these boxes in the pyramid are a different trophic level. Ecosystem pyramids can either be upright, such as this one, where the base is larger than the trophic levels above it, or they can be inverted, such as this one, where the trophic levels above the base level are actually larger. The three kinds of ecosystem pyramids are number, which each trophic level is the number of organisms or number in the species, biomass, which is the amount of weight or mass of each trophic level, or finally, energy. While number and biomass are able to be inverted, energy can never be inverted because that would mean that you're gaining energy at each trophic level. But because energy cannot be created or destroyed, it means that the energy levels have to go down at each stage of the food chain or at each trophic level. You may be a little bit confused how in number and biomass you can have larger numbers at the base of the pyramid. Therefore, I'm going to supply two different examples. So a case where number is inverted and not upright is in the case of temperate forests in the summer, because during that time, the number of trees is relatively low in the summer, right? Trees don't there's not so many trees in the forest relative to the number of insects, where there's a huge amount of insects during the summer, but relatively little, relatively few trees. And the reason why this is able to is that although the number is inverted, the energy is not inverted, and trees are able to produce a lot more energy through photosynthesis than the amount of energy that the great number of insects, which are rather small, take up. An example of biomass, so we're going to put that example over here, is the case of phytoplankton, which is in the English Channel, right? So phytoplankton in the English Channel. Phytoplankton are autotrophs which are photosynthetic and are eaten by zooplankton. However, the total biomass, the total amount of weight of these two, generally zooplankton is much higher than the phytoplankton. And the reason that zooplankton eat phytoplankton at such a rapid rate that the biomass of phytoplankton always stays low. However, the energy ecosystem pyramid still is upright because phytoplankton are able to divide so quickly that even though their biomass stays relatively small, since they're able to divide so quickly, their populations stay relatively stable and are able to produce enough energy for all the zooplankton and allow for the biomass of zooplankton to be higher than the biomass of